What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's always a huge thanks for coming back. We really appreciate you. So as you might have seen by that intro clip, we finally got this truck painted, and I gotta admit, guys, I'm sorry. We forgot to release the truck on YouTube. We've had the truck back for like almost a month and a half. We released it on Instagram and all that stuff, and with everything that we have going on, I completely forgot to make this release video on YouTube. But as you can see, this thing is looking gorgeous. We've got the red truck painted silver now, and I absolutely love it. And for anyone that's wondering, this is just iconic silver from Ford, their new silver color, which I love, by the way. I think it's a really nice darker silver, which I love, because I'm not a huge fan of the really bright silvers, which in the right light, this definitely can get bright. But whenever it's, you know, just a little bit overcast, or I almost ate it. But yeah, just whenever it's a little bit overcast or not direct sunlight, it looks really nice. Now, as you can see, we did a chrome delete on this thing. So anything that was chrome, we did black. So, you know, even the windshield trim, the mirrors, the door handles, the grill, the bumpers got color matched. And then what I'm working on right now is actually getting this wheel well trim, I guess, that I had powder coated, put back on, because I think it looks a lot better with that trim on. And then, oh, this is the only chrome that's left on the truck. And the only other thing that I still have left to put on is the steps, which we also got powder coated black. And again, guys, man, I love it. I absolutely love this color. Now that it's painted, we have so many more things to upgrade. Like I gotta do new headlights, new tail lights, and then, like I've been saying for a while, this truck's suspension is gonna be entirely redone for a little bit with the similar setup to that truck, but then it's gonna go back to a more off-road style. So it's gonna get the suspension, but mainly just to for R&D. I definitely love the off-road look on this truck, and it's gonna go back to that. But like I said, for a little while, it's gonna have a 4-link similar to that, and then a completely new setup that we want to do. The reason that I say that is because everything under the truck now looks horrible. Like before, since up here it was kind of ugly and that's what you focused on, I feel that now that this looks good, you focus down there on all the unpainted ugly stuff, which definitely sucks. But like I said, we've got big plans, a lot of upgrades that we have coming to for this thing, so I am definitely excited. Now I guess I should touch up on how I got this thing painted. And I got a little crazy. We are a couple hours away from the border, so I found a paint shop in Rocky Point, Mexico, and I took it to them because it was significantly cheaper than even the cheapest quote that I got to paint it here in my town. It was a hard decision. I definitely didn't like the idea of having to go all the way to Mexico, but again, this was literally a third of the price of the cheapest quote that I got to paint it. It was not a third of the quality, but I definitely don't think, well, at least I hope that for the price that I got quote, that they would have done a better job than the shop that I took it to did, because there are quite a few, I guess, blemishes, mistakes on the paint that I'm not super happy about. I guess one thing that they weren't really good at doing was body work and prepping the entire truck, which I was expecting. Like, I wasn't expecting a concourse grade, you know, paint job. I knew what I was getting into. I just wish that they would have taken like 5% extra time to do it, and I would have paid for that extra time. But overall, like, it's a really nice paint job. Again, it took me a couple of weeks to find all of the blemishes that they did, which, I mean, if you ask me, that's not bad, you know. Like, for the most part, it'll take you a little bit to find all the little imperfections, but like, I'll show you. Let me see. So like around the mirrors, they didn't, you know, get that too well. That's a pretty bad example, because that's not that bad. So we've got a run right there, and then I don't know if it'll come up on the video. Yeah, like right there. They've left like sand mark or something in the paint which again kind of sucks. Like on the door right here, they didn't sand all the imperfections from the old bodywork that it had, so that, like, see there, we can see all of that, which that definitely sucks. Oh, this is a better one. So you see that they didn't fix that, and a couple little things like that. We did do the door jambs. Those turned out pretty good. And again, that was, you know, that was a must for me. Like, I didn't want to open the door and see the red on the cab, so they did that. They did a really bad job of respraying the bed liner because it's already peeling. But again, for the most part, that was it. And I guess time will tell how long this paint job's gonna last. I'm definitely, like I said, very interesting to see how this is gonna turn out, because for the price that I pay over there, I can paint all my trucks down there for the price of one. So it definitely sucks that it's that way. And like I said, I didn't want to do it, but I also didn't want to take out a loan just to get this thing painted. And me personally, I don't have the eye or the patience or the hand to do paint work, at least not to this level. So it's something that I didn't want to do. My other option, and I actually already had the entire setup, was to do a plasti dip. I was gonna plasti dip the whole truck and just call it a day, and, you know, every few months or every year or so respray it. But kind of thought about it and didn't really make sense. So to me, this was the best option. They did take the bed off and paint the back of the cab and the front of the bed too, so that's good. Oh, like something they didn't like is, like, when they put it back, they actually didn't put all the bed bolts in. So like that one didn't have the nut, and there's a few other ones that are loose that I'm gonna have to tighten. So that definitely not ideal. I don't know, guys, I can't really think of anything else. So I'm gonna go ahead, put the trim on this side too, and you know, do the rest of everything, and kind of do another walk around outside and show you everything in the daylight. Okay, guys, so we've got the trim on the wheel wells installed, and I personally really like it. It's a little hard to see here because obviously we're in our dark shop. So the problem that I had with this look is that, at least to me, it seemed like too much silver. So by doing all the trim and all the handles and everything black, I think really helped split it up and, I guess, give it more dimension. So again, I really like the trim. Here in a little bit, we'll show it outside. Just in case anybody's wondering, this is the kind of OEM style trim, because I believe it was OEM, and I got it from LMC truck. And this is the version with the gasket on it, because I think it looks a lot better, and probably it helps protect the paint. It bolted on pretty easily. A couple of the holes from the original trim that I had on there were too big for the hardware that LMC provided. But I still made it work. I drilled a few new holes. Some of the holes from the old trim didn't really fit with the new trim, but again, we were able to make it work, drill new holes, and it's good to go. Nice and solid. And I did have this trim powder coated black, just, like, you know, to match everything. And we have a couple more products that more items, I guess, that we still gotta install in the truck. One is the steps that were already on the truck. Again, we took them off, powder coated them black, and I think they should be good to go. I really like the steps because they're pretty small, pretty slick, and I feel like they fit the look of the truck. Plus, I wasn't gonna spend money on some, you know, other steps when I really do like the look of these ones, even though they are a little broken and fixed. I like them. The other thing that we're gonna install is these sill plates for the door jambs. They essentially replace this piece right here. Again, these are a lot nicer, and we're gonna be installing these 4 logos on them, which I think is gonna look super cool. What is it?
I'm done.
You all done?
Yeah.
You hit the trucks? Okay. Ooh, is that one? Megalodon?
Yeah.
Yeah. So these come in, I believe, stainless. Don't quote me on that, but I believe it is stainless. But again, kind of to go with the whole look of the truck, we got them powder coated black. And then these are the logos that, like I said, are gonna go in the plate. So again, those are gonna turned out pretty nice. I do gotta figure out how I'm gonna attach them to the truck, so we'll figure that out here in a little bit. The next thing that we're gonna do is these windshield wiper blades. The ones on the truck were looking pretty crusty and weren't holding a lot of pressure on the blades, so we're gonna do some new arms. Hopefully that fixes that issue. And then we're also upgrading to some 20-inch windshield wiper blades, which, if you guys don't know, the OBS trucks use 18-inch blades. So the 20-inch is an upgrade. It gets a little bit more coverage on the windshield wipers. So I have them on the dually, and I won't say it's a huge upgrade, but it's definitely nice. The last thing that I'm trying to tackle, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna do it in this video or just do a dedicated video, is these door handles. So I know that they look super simple, but they do have a pretty cool trick. These are the door handles from my buddy over at FRC Parts. And these are extra special because they actually have a light, an LED strip behind over here that lights up this section of the door, which looks super cool. And again, don't quote me on this, but I believe they act just as a like regular driving light, I guess. But I think you could also tie them in to your turn signal. Again, don't quote me on that, but I think that's a possibility. So if we don't get to it on this video, we'll do a dedicated video for it next, because I think they're super cool. And again, they come in fully plug and play. He has a really nice harness for it and everything. So again, really excited to get that done. But for now, let's start with those steps, because I am tired of jumping in this truck without them. So let's get these bolted up. Should be pretty simple. Everything's already drilled on the truck because they were on the truck before. So yeah. All right, guys, so now with all the nice, pretty stuff out the way, we're gonna do the windshield wipers, which again, like I said, it's a really simple process of swapping them out. But before we do that, man, just check that out. That is beautiful. Now I really gotta do the rest of the interior, which I have a plan for what I want to do with this thing, but we're gonna completely tear the interior out of this thing, and it's gonna take a lot of work, so that'll be for a little bit down the road. But for now, at least that looks good. Well, what I will say is that we're not going to be keeping the vinyl floor. We're going to be going a carpet, and we're going to be doing some really nice bucket seats that I haven't seen anyone do before. So again, super excited about that. But like I said, let's go ahead and tackle the windshield wipers. Now, before I keep forgetting where we got these door seals from, we got them over from my buddy at Classic Truck Products. They sent them over so that we could test them out. They look, again, great. Really happy with the way they turned out. Really like the Ford logo, which is not included, by the way, but it's easy to find. And again, looks awesome. Definitely got to do something about this. They do also carry quite a few other products for these trucks. It's all basically sheet metal stuff like this. It looks just a lot better than the stock stuff, so go check them out. We'll leave a link to their website down below. Okay, now, so if I remember correctly, all we need to remove those arms is a screwdriver to pull out a little clip, and then they should hopefully just slide out. But yeah, if you guys see that clip right there, that just needs to come out like that, and then we should be able to just pull out that arm. Okay, so I was having a little bit of problems getting this out, so what I did is get a larger screwdriver, and I just pried it out like this, and I believe that's going to do the trick. There we go. All right, guys, so if you're wondering, this is the little clip that holds your arm to the I guess the actuator or whatever you want to call it. So all you got to do is just open up the arm. I guess, let me see if I can do it upside down a little easier. Open it up and pull it out. It's a little bit harder when it's not on the truck and it can hold itself, but there you go. And that way it actually locks in place, open. Now for this part, you just gotta make sure you line up the splines to where the windshield wipers aren't gonna be too low or too high once you install them. So but that's pretty easy. Right there is pretty good for me. The other side is pretty good right there, so that should do. So once you have it where they need to be, just lift up on the arm again and lock it back down. They might need a little persuasion, but they'll go in. Alrighty guys, so for whatever reason, the wiper blades did not fit on this one, which I know for a fact that they fit on the crew cab because we did that swap a couple of years ago and it went just fine on that one. So I can't figure out why on this truck they don't work out. So if anyone knows, let me know, because I doubt there's any windshield differences between the two trucks, but I don't know. I actually measured them and they measure out to about the same. So I'm gonna have to get some 18-inch blades for that one and call it a day, I guess. But again, everything else turned out so good, and I'm so happy with the way the truck is looking right now. It's everything that I had dreamed it was gonna look like. Again, the paint job, yeah, it could have been better, honestly. But for $4,000, I'm not mad. It's I was expecting some imperfections, and for right here, it looks perfect. Which, honestly, it's all that I wanted. It's way better than the tritone that we had going on before. What's next for this truck is honestly the suspension. We gotta now we gotta make the frame look as good as the rest of the truck. Now that the rest of the truck is looking really nice, the suspension and all that rust is looking horrible. So, you know, we're just chasing our tail. You know, we're trying to, I guess, cross off all the little things to make sure that this truck looks as good as it deserves. So over the next few months, over, you know, the course of the rest of the year, we're going to be doing a whole bunch of suspension work on this thing. Again, we are going to be using it for R&D. So this kit that we're working on for Bryce's truck will make its way to this truck temporarily. Again, this truck is going to be our R&D vehicle for the rest of its life. So it's probably always going to be changing. But again, one thing that for sure we need is to make the frame look nice again. So look forward to that in the next few videos. Let me know what you guys think of this thing. Do you like the color? Do you like the black, the silver on black, the black on silver? I love it. It's I've been dreaming of this for years now, and it's definitely crazy seeing it all done like this. I couldn't be any more excited. And again, a huge thank you to you guys, because none of this will be possible without your guys' support. So thank you. If you guys are excited about all the builds, we actually have a new truck parked outside that we're going to be starting a swap, a pretty big, cool build on that thing really soon. So I'm super excited for that thing too, for everything that's coming. So again, guys, if you haven't subscribed already, hit that subscribe button, leave a like, leave any comments, and we'll see you for the next one.